All right. First of all, just want to obviously thank the Liberty Bowl, the committee, the city of Memphis. It's been a great 2 days so far. Great hotel, great practice facility, and I know our kids are really excited about being here. Secondly, just want to talk about our defense, where we've came in a year's time. Doing it with a bunch of kids that, kind of overachieved. We don't have a superstar, which I like. I think the kids like. We play together, play aggressive, and, it's paid off. We've really improved on third down defense. I think we finished 10th in the regular season right now going into the game, and 15th in the country in 3 and out. So those are probably the 2 biggest jumps we've had in a year's time, but really proud of how hard the kids have played all year long and just keep fighting. So, again, they're excited to play, excited to be back in a bowl game. And, especially the Liberty Bowl 50 years ago, from the kickoff, West Virginia team played in New Jersey. And, I know they're honoring some guys. They told us that we got in, so we're excited to see those guys and represent them. All right, I'll open up for questions now.
Questions? In a game like this where you're expected, you're used to it now, Big 12, and obviously they do the same things. From a defensive standpoint, what do you emphasize to kids when you know points are going to come up, points are going to get scored?
Yeah, what the biggest thing, in the league that we play in, like you mentioned, the Big 12, it's a wide-open league. Offenses are good. They spread you out. They put you in position, a lot of open space, one-on-one tackling. And we're going to give up plays. We're going to give up yards. But, what we have to do is just keep battling and try to eliminate the big play. And that's what, when we've lost games this year, it was because of that. So what we need to do is limit, the big play and make sure we tackle well. And that's a scary thing about a bowl game, is you have a month off and you try to do enough tackling and good on good in practice, but it always shows up in bowls at some point in the game. So that's going to be very crucial for us to tackle well.
When was your last live tackling?
Well, with our starters, good on good, ones on ones, the last one was Iowa State. I mean, we try to do a lot of drill work. It's hard to put your guys in a live situation so much. Just you don't want to get them hurt. You get them through 12 games healthy, and going into the bowl game, you want to try to keep them healthy. So, you struggle with that. You try to stay on your feet, and tackle the right way and get a lot of good popping, but taking guys to the ground, it's been since the Iowa State game.
Is your scout of Pakistan normal, or do you lean more on Dana because of his affiliation with Jacob? How do you think he'll handle this? How do you think he'll handle that?
Yeah, before we left in Morgantown, we practiced. We did a lot of good on good. One offense against one defense, just trying to get the look, and it really helped us. It doesn't help our offense as much because of different styles of defense that we both play, but offensively, very similar. Jake was brought up under Dana's system and, with Coach Sumlin, so both offenses are, very similar. So it was really good work for us, and we got some good looks from them, and we did a lot of that in Morgantown. Since we've been to Memphis, we've been going scout teams just so each side could get the look that they need.
Tony, when you first came back to WVU, they were reviewing some tape of some of the players that were coming back. You remember what your initial impression was of Nick, and how far has he come just in the time that you've worked with him?
Yeah, Nick has been, and I've known Nick for a long time, being at Bethel Park and recruiting that area. And my son actually went to high school when I was a coach at Pitt for a year at Bethel Park. So, very familiar with the kid, knew a lot about him. We watched film of him in high school, didn't know what he was going to project out to be. He was a safety and a tailback. And, when I got here to West Virginia at first, you just kind of didn't know where he was going to fit in, what he was going to do. And I think when we switched over to, back to the 3-3, he's a perfect fit at Mike linebacker. And obviously he was a leading tackler on our team for a reason. And every game he just kept getting better and better. And, the good thing about it, he has another year left. So really excited to just keep seeing him grow.
Leadership qualities, is he more of a lead by example type than being very vocal?
Yeah, you guys interview our guys all the time. He's a man of few words. So he takes care of business on the field, does what he's supposed to do in the classroom, on the field, off the field. He's just a great kid. And he's just a leader comes natural to him. I'd like for him to be more vocal, and that's something we'll discuss after this bowl game, because now next year's his senior year, so, really looking for some big things from him.
Coach, other side of the ball, but obviously a tough day for the team, having to make the announcement.
Yeah, I'll have to let Coach Holgerson talk about that. I have no freedom to talk about injuries on our team, so Coach Holgerson will address that.
Going good on good. I'm curious what you've seen from Skylar of late. In particular, how he handles some of the things that would normally frustrate quarterbacks.
Yeah, Skylar gives you a whole nother dimension that you have to prepare against, because he's such a run threat, and he'll pull the ball down and take off on you. So you have to make sure you contain him. And he's got out of the pocket a few times on us. And everybody knows it's no secret. We like to blitz. We like to bring pressure. And when you do that against quarterbacks like him, you have to make sure you keep him in the pocket. So, but he's been impressive. I mean, he's throwing the ball really well right now. There's some quarterback run stuff. He looks good. I mean, he's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and you can see that grow from second half of the Kansas State game all the way up and through preparation today. Not really. He's a mentally tough kid. So, and we've thrown a whole bunch at him, just adding different blitzes, sending 7, 8 guys, dropping 8 or 9 guys. So, we've done it all to him, and he just keeps on clicking.
A little harder to rattle when you can't make any physical contact.
Yeah, it's a little easier when you have a yellow jersey on too. So, but no, he's not going to get hit. But he prepares. I mean, the kid's he's a film rat. He studies it. He understands the system, understands the scheme, and our offense, and just like A&M, it's all about timing, and he understands that. He gets rid of the ball quickly, and he sees the whole field. So, I've been impressed with him.
Before you guys broke, you talked about how you really like the schedule you've been following since the regular season. Today, Dana said that he felt the team came back really strong. Worley said it's the best practices he's thought since Baylor week. I mean, what have you seen out of the guys these last 2 days? Small sample size, but what do you think coming back from that break?
Flying in here yesterday, I told my wife, I turned to her and I thought, man, I don't know how good this practice is going to be tonight. I've never had to do this on Christmas night, getting the guys there Christmas Day, flying in from all over the country, and, just settling in, going to a new place. And I tell you what, our practice last night was unbelievable on both sides of the ball. I mean, we were game speed, flying around. We were hitting people. So it was exciting to be around. I mean, we did 20 plays of good-on-good against our offense. And, I mean, those 20 plays, it was at game speed on both sides. So very excited about that. We broke off, went scout team, and it continued. So, very impressed with how they came back and prepared on Christmas Day. And, it was a great practice.
You had 2 very frustrating ones, Kansas State and then the TCU game. Getting them back from those 2 especially.
Yeah, the TCU game really hurt, just the way we lost the game. We hung in there. We had to lead the whole time. Pulled away a little bit in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter it got kind of hairy, and it came down to us on defense, and we blew a coverage. So very frustrating to lose a game like that. They kick a field goal with 3 seconds left, and we lose. So it wasn't good. And then I think that was a carryover to the next week at Texas. But woulda, shoulda, coulda, and we didn't get it done. But the kids bounced back and finished the season strong and had a good showing against Iowa State, and won 7 games. Could have won 10, could have won 8, could have won 4. So, but we won 7.
You look going against a defensive coordinator or an offensive coordinator that knows the majority of your personnel, but they're preparing for you minus a couple assistant coaches. Which one is the bigger advantage? What is disadvantage?
Well, anytime there's turnover in coaching staffs, obviously it's going to, and it's not like they've had a week to prepare, so I'm sure that those guys that are stepping in doing it, I mean, they've got the right people in place. They got a great offensive coordinator, a great head coach. I mean, those guys do a tremendous job. And when you're this far along in the season, those kids have been coached for 16, 17, 18 weeks preparing. So, I'm sure all their focus has been on us, what we do, who they want to attack. And I'm kind of excited to see how people are going to attack us, because most people have 4 or 5 days to prepare before they come out and play us. with this defense that they haven't seen. A&M hasn't seen this for a full game. I'm kind of excited to see how they're going to attack us. And Jake goes back, too, when he was at West Virginia, Castile was there, so he saw it every day in practice. So, it's going to be a chess match for the first half, see what happens, go in, make some adjustments at the half, and, let's see how it all goes. But I'm kind of excited to see how they're going to attack us.
Is this one of those situations where you could take a look at this film and, that's something we could try, it could lead to benefits down the road? Or you looking at something as similar as, both of these similar styles?
Yeah, that's what, obviously, going back and watching film after you play somebody and how they prepare and how they attack you, it gives you ideas, on what to do and sometimes what not to do. But, it's going to be a fun game. There's a lot of relationships on both staffs. I never got to work with Jake. I know he recruited some of our guys, and appreciate him for that because he recruited Darryl Worley, Al Rashid, so he's brought some great guys to West Virginia, and excited about that.
How would you break down A&M's offense and that they had a quarterback change 4 games ago, and then they kind of finished the year on a down note, losing the last 2?
Yeah, and you could go back too. They had a kind of similar year of us, ups and downs, and they probably should have won a couple of those games they lost at the end. I mean, they had opportunities. The LSU, the non-call, I guess, to say on the offsides. I hope we get those referees, But that was a game that could have went either way at the end, and But Kyle Allen, I'm very familiar with Kyle. I coached at Arizona, and Kyle was in my recruiting area. So I know him very well, know his high school coach very well. I recruited him for about a year and a half. Got to see him practice. He was down to 7-on-7 camps. So, he's a competitive kid, throws the ball very well. And that's the unknown, too. I think they limited their package when they put him in, against Louisiana Monroe. And so and then they kind of opened him up a little bit against Auburn. He had a heck of a game, and what are they going to do with him? They've had a month to prepare and get him better. So are they going to open the offense up a little more? Are they going to protect him a little more? It's kind of the unknown for us.
Kind of lick your chops going against a kid that's a freshman with about 4 games of experience?
Well, yeah, no. He's just because I know him personally and understand what kind of program he comes from, understand his mindset. He's a competitive kid. We're not going to rattle him. We're going to have to get to him and hit him a few times and, show him some different looks, and hopefully he'll throw us one. But, that's the way we'll be able to get to him. Going into it, I don't think he's a kid that's going to come out and be nervous. I think he's got a lot of confidence right now, and, he's got some great wideouts to throw the ball to, and he's got obviously great tailbacks and great offensive line to protect him. So, I'm sure he's prepared really hard over the last month to try to make himself better.
How much harder is it now preparing for teams when it seems like a quarterback gets hurt and you bring in somebody that's just as good? I mean, both teams are in that situation now. It used to be if you knocked out another team's starter or he was out, the other team was likely going to win.
Yeah, and nobody likes a backup quarterback. I mean, the home fans all like him. When the starter's playing bad, they all call for him, but defense coordinators don't like him. They come in with nothing to lose and let it all hang out. We'll just have to prepare and, hopefully the game goes how we want it to go. But yeah, we don't want to start getting into that. I don't know who they're going to bring in, what they're going to do, and, what it does for them. So we've been preparing for Kyle, and, if they throw Hill at us, then, that's a curveball for us.
Have one question before they have to go. We've got some time constraints. Anything else? All right. Coach, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.